Okay, so Allison had a question yesterday, and then today is a follow-up. Shifu, thank you for the explanation and the points of wisdom. So for those who were not around yesterday, so Allison had this question, whether when we develop wisdom, can we use an analogy of points, yeah, that is accumulated from life to life, and to describe the wisdom that is being cultivated? Are the wisdom being reset to zero at the end of the life, yeah, and so on. So I answered yesterday. So the follow-up point. We sent our question to Marcel and On Chit as it was too late to text you. Actually, never too late. The WhatsApp and or Telegram is working 24/7. I just don't read or answer. If you can send to Marcel or On Chit, then it's okay to send to me. I just don't read it. Sometimes you send in the daytime. Even if you send in the day, I also don't read. Could Shifu confirm or correct our understanding as follows? Number one, once the seed ripens into fruition, then that seed is gone, used up. Yes, yeah, that's correct. No. If seeds can produce and then still be there, then it can produce in perpetuity. Then it violates causality. But that's not the case. The way the Buddha observed, as is described in the teaching, is seed planted. You call it a seed. As I mentioned in many classes, the idea of planting a seed was introduced by the Buddha. And I suspect he do that in particular because India was mainly an agrarian society back in the days. Even today, a huge part of Indian society is still agrarian. I mean, after all, if you think about it, right, agrarian lifestyle, basically the cultivation of crops, living off the land and so on, is something that will not go away because humans still need to eat. So there will always be someone who is growing young. But for a country like Singapore, by and large, we can say we are not agrarian because maybe majority, 80–90% of Singaporeans don't plant anything. If we do plant, we plant herbs basil we plant some ginger chili padi to eat for fun one, not to fill our stomach. Any of you plant paddy crops at home? Paddy field? Any of you have paddy field at home? No. So as a result, when the Buddha gave teachings, you'll find that the Buddha used analogy related to farming. He gave analogy related to battlefield. Yeah. He gave analogy related to kings, to prince, and so on, because these are the individuals he talked to. Yeah. In some teachings, he gave analogy of going to battle. Yeah. Wearing the armor. Yeah. He gave analogy of following the banner. Yeah. And even then, even going to battle, the description, if you never look at like ancient warfare, yeah, and it must be text that actually describe it. Otherwise, you just watch a movie, you also don't know what's happening. Yeah, in ancient times, they have a better, they have an actual battlefield and a line, and then they don't have walkie-talkie, they don't have comms. So they use all kinds of ways to communicate. One of them is the banner, yeah, which is where okay, this is the front line. So if the front line move backward, you better move backward. Otherwise, you're stuck in front, So the Buddha used all this to describe how a cultivator relate to the Dharma, with the Dharma as the banner and the guide and so on and so forth. Yeah. So similarly, the analogy of seeds were used by the Buddha to describe how when we commit an act, yeah, we perform an act through body, speech, and mind, then it is like planting a seed. Yogacharas could take it and expand and elaborate on it. And today we sometimes we may start to wonder, so that seed is used up. So where's the seed? Is there an actual seed? But it was always a metaphor. It started off as a metaphor. Yeah. So a metaphor is meant to be understood just to describe that part of the process. But then things become complicated when you take it literally. Yeah. But in any case, up to this point, it's still valid. Yeah. Once the seed is planted and then it ripened into a fruit, then the seed is said to be used up. Number two, the nature of the fruit will always be the same as the nature of the seed. Example, tomato seed produce tomato fruit. So this is very explicitly highlighted in the Yogacara teaching. Yeah, that it doesn't produce a different result. Yeah, if you plant wholesome seeds, the results will be pleasant. You plant unwholesome seeds, the results will be painful. So number three, therefore, the only seed that is worth planting and nourishing is the seed of Nibbana. Meaning we should do all our practices with the intention of attaining Nibbana, because all other seeds, even if they are wholesome, are coming into fruition, do not lead to an end of samsara. Thank you. So number three is the pertinent question. Yeah, so is the only seed that is worthwhile planting and nourishing the seed of Nibbana? You ask a monk this, of course you must say yes, this is the only seed worthwhile. But I must qualify it, okay? Yeah, because it's easy to then go around and say, Shifu say that this is the only seed. Why are you all not planting this seed? No, don't do that. While the so-called only seed that is worthwhile is the seed of Nibbana, let's look at how the Buddha teach. Okay, again I highlight this. Let's look at how the Buddha teach. I mean, don't take my word for it. Let's take Buddha's word for it, lah. Okay. After all, we all take Buddha as our teacher, right? So how did the Buddha teach? Did he go around championing the seed of Nibbana as the only thing to be done? No, he didn't. Right? He didn't. Yeah. He didn't do that. But to different individuals, he teach them how to plant different seeds. Yeah. In what way is that the case? To those who are not, who are currently still acting in an unwholesome way, and the mind is not matured yet, not fertile, the mind is not ready, yeah, for planting of Nibbana seeds, because as much as that's the most worthwhile seed to plant, if the mind, using the analogy of seed, the mind is like the land. If the mind is dry and arid, yeah, and there's a lot of weed, then that's not the time to plant the seed. You plant the seed, nothing happens. It doesn't go in. That doesn't do, you know. The weed would represent all the unwholesome acts the person is doing. Yeah. Of course, you can say, yeah, then if the person is doing unwholesome things, just tell the person plant wholesome seeds, but cannot. The person is not ready. Yeah, and that's why if you look at the various suttas, we can say that majority of the sutta, the Buddha is often, or it is frequently talking about cultivation of Sila, Samadhi, and Panya. Yeah, 戒定慧. Yeah, frequently talking about this. And why? Because his priority is to teach those who are ready to be enlightened. Yeah, namely the monks and the nuns, right? But he also did teach those who are not quite ready yet. Yeah. What did the Buddha teach them then? If they're not ready for enlightenment, then what did the Buddha teach them? The Buddha teach them how to plant wholesome seeds. Yeah. But then there are some people who are not ready for enlightenment, and at the same time they are planting unwholesome seeds. So the Buddha first teach them how to the faults and danger of committing unwholesome actions. Yeah, and hence in its totality, this the clincher, this the punchline. Remember what is the famous verse in the Dhammapada? 诸恶莫作，众善奉行，自尽其意，是诸佛教。Right? The first three is actually what the Buddha teach. The last one is a statement saying that the above three is what is taught by all Buddhas. To avoid all evil, to do all good, to purify one's mind. This is the teaching of all the Buddhas. Right? And so if you look at all the teachings can be summarized, can be categorized into one of this. Yeah, there are those who are still committing evil. So the Buddha teach them how to avoid evil first. To those who are still committing evil, that means the defilement is so strong, you tell them directly to purify the mind. It may seem counterintuitive. Yeah, purify mind, then don't commit evil. Yeah, but the trouble is cannot. Yeah. So in other suttas, the Buddha talked about how if you want to plant a seed, you must first chop off the trees. But you chop the trees, you use different tools. Yeah. You chop off the bigger trees with an axe. Then the smaller trees, you must use the parang. Yeah. And so on and so forth. Up to once you have cleared all the forages, then some of the weeds you must use your hand. Then there are gravel, you must use the scrap. Then sometimes there are large stone, you must use a different thing. Yeah. Then and only then you start to plow the land. Not plant the seed yet, because we are Singaporean, we never do farming before. Not that Shifu has done before, but I read the sutta. This is what the Buddha said. And then I think about it, I watch documentary. Yeah, that's true. That's how they do it. Yeah. You cannot just say, okay, I want to plant that. In this place, it grows so much. There are so much trees, must be very fertile. Let me just go and plant a seed. Cannot, you plant a seed, the seed doesn't grow. Not ready. Yeah. So those who are still committing evil and wholesome act, the Buddha teach them how to remove that. How to stop. How? By telling them the faults and danger of evil and wholesome acts. And when they have somewhat subdued that already, then teach them how to do what? Do wholesome acts. 众善奉行, to do all good, right? Or wholesome acts. Teach them how to do charity and so on and so forth. Yeah. Then after that, 自净其意, to purify one's mind. So purification of one's mind comes in stages. First, purifying greed and hatred by practicing samatha. Then vipassana, purify the view, yeah, which is the delusion part. Yeah. So very, very nice. But the Buddha don't just tell everybody, very simple, just purify your mind. Because depends on the individual. Can we then tell everybody, well, don't waste your time. Yeah, don't waste your time. Just go and purify your mind. Can or not? Yeah. Some of us we must always remember. There are those of us who has learned enough teaching, and at this point in time feel like this is the only thing that is worthwhile. And are ready to do it. We must not forget how we came here. We must not forget how we started off. When we started off, maybe for some of us in this life, first thing you think when you are a baby, when you are a child, the moment you are able to talk, Mommy, where is the temple? Maybe, yeah. Mommy, I want to become a nun. I want to become a monk. Don't waste my time. I don't want to go kindergarten. I want to go and learn Four Noble Truths. How many of us are like that? Yeah, I think none of us are like that. Yeah, at least us. Even the Buddha, you think about it, the Buddha in the Mahana teachings, the Buddha is supposed to be already at the stage 10, past stage 10. Oh, that's why he can attain Buddhahood, right? But at the same time, the Buddha still, in a way, go through that process. Yeah, that's another teaching altogether. So if we consider our own process, we didn't start off learning Dharma thinking, oh, let's just purify our mind. Let's just attain Nibbana. We first maybe have doubts. We even have doubts to start off with. We don't just immediately say, oh, we practice the wholesome deeds. We stop all evil. When we first hear the teaching, oh, to abstain from killing, stealing, sexual misconduct, lying, and abstaining from alcohol, maybe some of them we quite readily accept. Yeah, killing, oh yeah, I really don't kill. Yeah, it's a bad thing. Oh, you mean even animals? Oh, why animals? Maybe human beings we can readily accept, but animals, yeah, maybe dogs and cats, they're okay. But how about lion? Oh, lion also cannot kill. Oh, how about the Rottweiler? Rottweiler eat up baby? Not all. Rottweiler nothing to do, don't eat up baby lah. Because cannot coop up, so very frustrated. So then later we learn, oh, even mosquito don't kill. How many of us, I mean, you think about it, this morning sit, we just do for about 6 months, 7 months, right? How many times have this question come up? Is it okay to, if mosquito like this, like that, how about cockroaches, pests? I've been ordained for 19, coming to end of 19 years. Next year will be 20 years. I came back in 2006, 15 years. In these 15 years, non-stop. I'm still answering question, mosquito can kill or not, cockroaches, what to do, ants, how about ants? And then now got coronavirus, and is coronavirus sentient being? There's still always one more guy who is having this question, or one more girl having this question. Yeah. So people start off this way. Yeah, if they're still having questions, still having doubts about just the first precept, you ask them to go and purify the mind. Not easy. You get past first, second, third, fourth precepts. Then there are still people who, but Shifu, actually, when I cook with the white wine, right, then it's evaporated. Why cannot? People are still. So you tell them Nibbana is the highest. Yeah, in our monastery, my teacher day in day out, 要以涅槃为上首. Yeah, that you must have Nibbana as the foremost, that's the utmost priority. Yeah, he can say that to us because we are all monks. North Campus, all monks, except 2 lay people who is living like monks. And then South Campus, all nuns. He can say that. Of course, when he give public talks, he also say that. But he don't demand that you all do it. Yeah, he just encourage people, no, you need a pan way so. But he don't say like guilt trip people. You know. So number 3, I want to highlight. Yeah. Well, if you ask any monks or nuns, of course they will say yes, most agree. Nibbana is the seed of Nibbana is the only seed that is worthwhile. But remember, don't take this as the trump card, as the wild card, and tell everybody you meet that they must do that also. Don't do that, because that will force people into a false dichotomy. You are forcing them to either choose to practice or don't practice. You understand? When we tell people the only practice to be that's to be done, because this implication, that statement, the implication is the only thing that is worthwhile to be done is Nibbana. That this is how Buddhism is. The only thing worthwhile is Nibbana. Then you're forcing people to choose either to practice in this way or give up Buddhism. Don't practice. Then if they don't practice, then they don't do anything, then is it better? No. Yeah. Because when you give this kind of absolute either this or that, then how many people will choose to practice to attain Nibbana? Do you think that's 1% of those who hear this who will practice in this way? Not 1%. Maybe 0.0000001%. Maybe 0.0000000. A handful. Not that many. Yeah. You just look at Singapore, how many? Yeah. Oh. But it's a good question. Yeah, it's a good question. Because sometimes at some point, when we learn the Dhamma, we may be at this crossroad. And then there's this struggle in us. It seems like Nibbana is the only thing worthwhile. But then maybe you're not ready. Then how? Yeah, you must know that the Buddha gave a graduated path. He don't give a path that is from, you're supposed to reach level 10. Yeah, as in story number 10. That means first level, second level. Yeah, you climb up the building, right? He don't teach the Dhamma in a way, okay, now boys and girls, we are now at the ground floor. Now we are supposed to go to 10th floor. Jump to 10th floor. He don't teach in this way. He say from ground floor, you go to first floor. From ground floor to first floor, he don't even say jump to first floor. You say, you take the first step, you see that thing that is a bit higher, raise one leg, go up, first step, then raise another leg. So at each stage, you're only raising this much. Then it's doable. Then it's doable. So baby steps. As who is that? Bill Murray. Bill Murray in Groundhog Day said, baby steps. 阿弥陀佛。愿消三障诸烦恼。
愿消三障诸烦恼。
愿得智慧真明了。
愿得智慧真明了。
不愿罪障悉消除。
不愿罪障悉消除。
世世常行菩萨道。
世世常行菩萨道。
阿弥陀佛。
阿弥陀佛。
Till we meet again, may be guided and protected by the Buddha, Dhamma, and the Sangha. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. And as always,
乖乖。
So exercise for this coming week. We have done forgiveness, we have done gratitude. Now go and benefit people. Every day, do something to help others. And as mentioned earlier, the 3 stages, we can say that those who are ready to purify the mind is of the high faculty. Those who are ready to perform, do the wholesome deeds are the middle faculty. Those who are only ready to do the eradication of unwholesomeness is the low faculty. Yeah, we can look at it this way. Then you must share and teach according to the different faculty. All right. Stay safe. Take care. Now the cluster, don't go KTV. Want to do KTV? Stay at home and sing yourself. Okay, take care. Bye bye.
Thank you, Shifu. Can go Buddhist library. Today there's SGC.
Yeah, go SGC today, but not KTV. Today talk about funeral. A funeral can also sing song. Some people sing song. Okay.
Thank you, Shifu.
Okay, bye bye.
Thank you, Shifu.